Albany's #1 rock station, Q103. I'm Nick. I'm here with the guys from Ghosts of Eden. I've got Benny to your left and Tom to my right. I just said that all backwards, but you can figure it out. I was talking to these guys a little bit earlier. You were telling me a little bit of how they became a band, how long they've been a band, and some of the inspirations behind it.
Yeah, so I mean, when we first started writing, I mean, I guess like any band, you just start like putting songs together, and they kind of just happen. And then over time, I feel like we really started to think closer about what we wanted to be about. And when Benny came into the picture, we really tried to make a point to tell stories. Like, especially myself, like I'm big on lyrics, and I have a problem with being very, very straightforward. However, I do like to tell stories, and you know, in my own way, I like to get that message out there. And I can't say it's that we're about one thing in general, but I do pull a lot from people all around me. Like I don't necessarily always reflect on my own experiences per se. A couple of songs clearly have to do with stuff that went on in my life, but I like to observe around me as well.
Do you ever like kind of do some like kind of like fictional, just play out some like ideas or stories in your head that you think you'd want to hear about? Or
yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm trying to think of a song for I guess on the new record we have a song called Dear Mary. So it's sort of a hypothetical situation based on like a letter I once wrote to somebody, and it was a letter written to a girl, just kind of not a relationship girl, but just like someone that was close to me, and trying to get a point out about certain things she was going through as a friend. And so this song that I wrote, like lyrically, it doesn't necessarily have to do with her. Her name's not Mary, but it was just sort of a hypothetical situation that was inspired by something in my own life, and I was just like, you know what, let me like try to create my own little story out of that. So I mean, that's probably the one thing I could think of.
Outside of music, are you a writer, as in like write story?
No, not really. Like, this is my outlet, you know. I mean, I always consider myself a very creative person, but this is, you know, my outlet. Like, someone actually recently just told me like a real brilliant quote that's stuck with me for like a week now, and it was a book I'm reading, and somewhere in like the liner notes said something about the author, how she took a painful moment and turned it into art. And you know, I wouldn't consider myself like an extremely, you know, scarred person at all, but you know, I would say that, you know, the darker things in your life come out the most in art. So you know, I definitely utilize this as my outlet.
Now we also have Benny. I'm not quite sure. I believe that Tom is the front man, plays guitar.
Yes.
What is it that you do, Benny?
I'm the drummer. I actually play multiple percussion type instruments in the band. We also have keyboards that I'll write, and so far we've done it mostly on the record, but we're looking to try to incorporate it live a little more. I also do backup vocals.
Now Tom was saying that the band has been around for a while. You are the most recent addition to the band, and that you've actually added something else to the band that's kind of changed the music. What do you think that is?
I think probably my influence would be a big change. I'm very well-rounded as far as the type of music I listen to. I kind of consider myself more on the composer side as far as what I do on my own, because I actually play multiple instruments. So I write a lot of instrumental stuff. I have music that has circulated in Japan, like animes and stuff like that. So I kind of bring that in with a little more of the metal side of me, because I actually played guitar in another band as well. So I feel it kind of gives it a little more of an edge. You know, I mean, a lot of people have noticed the dynamics between the first album and the second album is greatly lifted as far as the power and the overall energy. I think I bring that to it, but I think that we all complement each other very well.
You guys are here in Albany at Bogies with Gotham Rocks. Can you guys tell me a little bit more about Gotham Rocks? How you guys got involved? What Gotham Rocks has done for you?
Sure. I guess I'll give the origin, and you can like piggyback off that. So I knew through a friend of mine about Gotham Rocks. He just started telling me about it when we started the band. He's like, you know, you really should get involved with these guys. You know, I think they can help you out. They put on these shows. So I just went on the website, started contacting them like you do, you know, when you first start out, and you start sending your music everywhere, and you start just, you know, bombarding everyone you can that you think could, you know, help like create a stepping stone for you and the band. So finally got, you know, word back from CT and Mike, and they put us on a show. And it went great, and it went way beyond our expectations as far as just meeting people and meeting other bands, and you know, actually being a part of a scene, which I felt like was really lacking. Like I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be really, really hard to get, you know, a fan base.
All right, so the last question I want to ask you guys is, who are you? Who's in your band? Who don't we see here? Where can we get your music?
Sure.
And your website information.
Sure. So, like I said before, I'm Tom, lead vocals, guitar. Benny Rose, drums, keys, backup vocals. We got Rich DeStefano, who plays lead guitar, and we do not let him sing. And Miles Merwin, who's our bass player, and he's ridiculous. Such an awesome bass player. Definitely check him out tonight. And you can find our music on ghostofeden.com. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/Ghost of Eden. Twitter, our handles at Ghost of Eden. Reverb Nation, who's been a huge, huge help to this band. So yeah, we're all over the place. YouTube, we've been posting videos all week of the tour.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I want to see some antics.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, check these guys out also on their Facebook pages and also on YouTube. There's some great videos of them. And also, remember, you're listening to Albany's #1 rock station, Q103.
Nice.